For our genie plank, we just need to have a fairly strong genie from the floor. We don't need to be able to invert. It's actually surprisingly doable, this one. I do recommend you start by learning this on static because it can be a little bit unstable on spin, but in time, if you're comfortable, this is absolutely doable on spin as well. Okay, so let's break it down first, then we'll do left and right. We're going to hook our inside leg nice and high, and because I'm doing this on static, instead of falling backwards, what I'm going to do is pick my leg up in front of the pole. This can make it trickier to get the knee in place. So for me, for ankles today, I'm going to have to do that, but you are more than welcome to still go backwards. Okay, if you want to go backwards, fall backwards. If that is the thing that helps you get your bottom knee on the best, it's totally fine. I'm just trying to do this so that you can see what's going on. So inside knee, nice and high, drag it on. Top hand just above the knee, bottom hand just below. The same as when we do our genie normally. Now the bottom foot, I'm going to slide it across and bend it up into position. And you can check that your genie is strong first if you want to. So now, instead of taking the top hand off, we're going to keep that hand on. I'm going to take the bottom hand off and place it directly under our shoulder, kind of in line with our body. You want to push your hips slightly forward, but not too much. If you push them too much, your knees will pop off. And we're just going to reach the top hand overhead. To come out, you can either put your hands back on the pole and come down however you usually come out of your genie. Or from this one, I quite like to put my top hands on the floor too, straighten my bottom leg, and you can either drop to knees or to more like a stag position. And if you're wearing knee pads and heels, you could make that really dramatic. You could really drop into that. So, let's do right and left. So right side first. Right knee as high as you can get it. Right hand just above the knee. Left hand thumb up below the knee. Either fall backwards till your bottom knee hooks or slide the bottom foot across. Pop the chest forward away from the pole and check you're happy. Squeeze your legs together really tight so your feet are pointing towards each other. Top hand comes back on, so right hand comes back on. And left hand's going to come directly under the shoulder. Now, in terms of where your hand's going to go, I would say fingers pointing directly away from the body. If that hurts your wrist, play around with positioning. And then we're just going to reach the top arm overhead. Right arm is the top arm, it's going to come to the floor. Left leg is going to hit the floor first. And the right leg is then going to come down. And you can either, like I said before, you could land on both knees. You could land in a stag. You could even land in a split, arguably, if you have one. Okay, let's do that again on the right. So right knee nice and high, drag it on. Right hand just above, left hand below. Bring that left leg onto the pole. Check you're stuck and you're happy. Right hand comes back on. Left hand comes under the shoulders. My fingers are pointing out away from my body and my hand is directly under my shoulder. I push my hips slightly forward, but only slightly, and reach my right arm overhead. Right hand comes to the floor, left leg comes down first, and right leg drops down. Okay, let's look at the left. Don't know what it's going to look like on this side as always. So left knee nice and high. Drag it on. Left hand just above, right hand thumb up below. Bring the right leg in front of the pole and hook it on. And remember, you can also fall backwards. Pop the chest out, see if you're stuck. Bring that left hand back onto the pole and the right hand directly under the shoulder. Push the hips slightly forward, really squeeze your feet together and take your left hand overhead now. Left hand comes to the floor, right leg comes down first, and then so many options. Wherever you want to end up, whatever feels natural for you and you think looks nice, go with it. Don't overcomplicate it. Land it however you want to. Okay, left side one more time. So left knee nice and high. Left hand above, right foot below. Slide the foot through, hook. Check you're happy. Hand on. Right hand now is going under your shoulder. I'm probably a bit too high on this side. Right hand under the shoulder. Push the chest and hips slightly forward, but not too much or you'll fall off. Left hand comes to the floor. Right leg comes down first. Left leg follows. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. As always, any questions, please let me know. And don't forget to train smarter, not harder.